Another question we get from customers is, how long does a roof replacement usually take? Do I need to be in town and get a hotel? Can I be at home? Like, how does this all work?
To break it down, there's different size roofs will take a different amount of time. The different styles, whether it's a shingle, a metal, or a tile roof, will also take a different amount of time. So let's break it down to more of an average number. What you would typically see on a, let's start with a shingle roof, let's say. Your average 2-bedroom, 3-bath house, you're gonna be a shingle roof, and typically you're gonna be about 2 to 4 days, depending on inspection, weather delays, and things like that. So usually pretty quick in and out. And then metal roofs are very similar in time frame to a shingle roof, maybe a day longer in that situation. So it might actually go 3 to 5 days. And then you have the other side of things, which is your tile roofs. Tile roofs are a lot more complicated. There's more moving parts. They're starting and stopping, scheduling multiple deliveries at different stages throughout the process. With a tile roof, you have a tear-off stage, and then a drying stage, and then you have an installation of the tile stage, and then inspections are all in between there. So typically a tile roof on an average 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom house is going to be somewhere between 7 to 10 days. It's significantly longer. The other question is can I use my house? Do I need to get a hotel? Well, that's really a personal preference. Most homeowners don't want to go to a hotel and be away from their house. Can you? Sure, you sure can. Can you also use your house? You absolutely can use your house. There's going to be a lot of equipment around that will impede your ability to get in and out of your house quickly and easily. There's dumpsters there, there's trucks, materials that are around, there's debris that hits the ground. Not only that, but it's really loud just because of the banging, the removal of the roof. It's a noisy process. So that's something homeowners should be aware of and be educated on. And then another part of this is, what about my pets? If you have a pet that's a little bit more timid and maybe a little skittish, you might want to find a good place for them at that particular point. We don't want to traumatize any animals or anything like that. If the dog does good or the cat does good, just leave them there. They should be fine, and usually you'll settle down pretty quickly once they realize it's normal.
Do I need to be in town?
So another great question. So no, you don't have to be in town when we do a project. However, if you do leave town, what I would recommend is that you set up some sort of a system with a neighbor or a relative or close by somebody as an emergency contact. God forbid something happens at the house, we want to be able to reach out to somebody on a timely fashion to be able to have them come over and meet us. So no, you don't need to be at home. And in fact, it's sometimes a little easier on you, the homeowner, not to be home during that time. That's really a personal preference.